Very good. Hello and welcome. How about a nice hot cup of recap?
A hot cup of recap.
Do you want to do each your own half of the story because we've clearly just separated them? Or do you want to swap and have Brian do cats?
Oh,
and
we're
Kat
definitely
do
swapping.
Brian's? Excellent. Yeah. I want to know what's important about the other plot.
Yeah, we both need to know what we know about the other person's what we know. You know?
I'm not sure I do. I think I want to hear. I think I want to hear Magician actually set it all down because I already feel an impending sense of doom.
It's not so much impending now as
and I also just want to know
as like pulling up
what
in
he
its
says and
car.
what he doesn't say. So I've got some hints as to where he's going to take this.
Actually, yes. Magician, can you open with a recap from the street? Like, what is the person on the street? What's going on from their perspective?
Okay, sure. So the street of Silver Quarter is clean, but only because it is regularly swept of detritus, of drunks, and everything that comes with it. And the Manticore is a new sensation on the block. It is a new casino that has somehow, not entirely sure how or why this is happening, but they've revitalized and gamified the ancient art of duels.
Somehow. I can't imagine how that happened.
Yeah.
Yes, through loopholes in laws and a lot of influence games, duels are becoming the hot new thing. Duels to the death, largely by random chance.
And not a hot old thing that's been going for a long time.
Well, duels as in people stabbing one another are, still a thing, but this one is entirely different, right? This is not murder at all, and therefore is not illegal.
It's very complicated.
Even when a drow kills an elf here, which is, an accomplishment. And the newest duel is to be held in the lecture hall of the College of Divine Magic. 1 second. Okay, yes, back. So there is to be a duel, tomorrow or maybe even today evening, between Hestra and her brother, Wander the Lost, for the right of, being alive and also sitting on the Spire Council.
But so mostly the first one.
One, the other. That's one half of it that people on the street know and are very excited by. And the entire lecture hall will be filled up. And the other thing that is related to what we're doing is that Lady Deacon Strizat Harmonious is not looking very hot right now. He is looking like he is neck deep in machinations and just dodgy stuff. No one quite have any concrete accusations because, there aren't any, but clearly he's doing something strange with the paladins, or paladins are there spying on him, and then he somehow got involved in the disaster that was the Red Row. And no one particularly likes him right now, and he is on the edge because he's surrounded by spies and traitors.
No! I really do feel bad for him, just a little bit.
Right, so that's the recap.
Word on the street. So here's what Lucky knows of Fiona's machinations. That Fiona has run a clean gambling hall. Not for virtue's sake, right? None of us are Rawlsian here. But because the price wasn't high enough.
Wait, what?
You've run clean duels because the payoff for cheating wasn't high enough. And this was your plan all along.
That's an interesting take, but sure, let's go with it.
And so, Fiona, the agent of the ministry, has had a golden opportunity balloon delivered into her lap that a future council member has asked her for a favor. To rig the upcoming duel, thereby satisfying both our desire for excitement, bread and circuses, and our hidden goals. Beyond that...
Oh, really? This is how you're going to play it?
This is Lucky's perspective, is how I'm going to say it.
Lucky is totally, really hoping this is true.
I'm really hoping nothing I've said is false. As a function of what you said last episode. If you think anything that I've said is false, let me know so that we can discuss it.
Alright, no. It's slightly facetious. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Now's a great time to put our cards on the table for our friends. Because we're friends and allies, right?
We are absolutely friends and allies. Absolutely. 100% friends and allies.
And so this was your plan, right?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, and now, Kat, what do you think Brian or the Lucky is up to?
Well, I think he's done a really good job of systematically taking down the reputation of one of the best lay deacons in the entire Spire. That, making sure that he was found, to be responsible for a fire that he had nothing to do with probably is the top point of all of that. I really like that.
Well, okay. To be clear on that particular point, there's about 50 conspiracy theories as to what was going on there and who was actually behind it and trying to accomplish
it. That's okay.
Yeah. Because the truth of it was just a clusterfuck is a bit too uncomfortable.
And the fact that his is actually one of the prominent theories is still a massive win in my book. Absolutely.
So yeah,
as far as I can tell, Lucky's actually just going to try and take him down. And hopefully that happens this game, because we actually sort of need him completely compromised and at our, bet and mercy at this point, which would mean that we have a lay deacon and we also have a council person.
Remember that you don't necessarily want to take him down, because...
That's what I mean.
No, we want to compromise him.
Actually, compromise. Put him in our pocket.
Yep. Cool.
As an addendum, last episode, I was my compromise of his accountant.
Yes.
So many of my plans hinge upon that.
Yes.
All right. So I was very happy with your summary of what I was doing. I'm glad my intentions are so pellucid.
I'm still not feeling comfortable of compromising the art of perfect chance just to put somebody in our pocket, but I think I will do it just because. Yep.
Well, and here I was before the game composing an apology to you, saying that I should really have not thought that you weren't thinking about that. That, I was seriously thinking about how I'd frame my apology to you, that you weren't, that I thought that you weren't that devious. I'm now considering whether or not that's an appropriate apology.
Well, you don't know that I'm not, so... To be fair, the letter's probably going to make me feel worse, so...
Okay. Well, let us start, as we always start, by, figuring out the target for the obsessive research that Fiona has.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes, this is the big day, right? This is the duel to end all duels.
Why don't we just say duels? So anything about or related to duels, including persuading people to do them?
I actually need it to be about cheating. Because that's the whole point, is I need to be able to get away with Hestra having the correct parachute.
Okay.
So...
cheating at games of chance. Including duels, because that's what it is going to be, right?
Well, my duels are meant to be games of chance, but the fact that we're cheating, does it still make it a game of chance anymore? And I would say no.
Well, yeah, that's how cheating works.
Well, it absolutely is being sold as a game of chance.
Yes, fine. Oh, this is going to pain me so much to write. Cheating at games that are sold.
We are both philosophers. We can't call them games of chance.
I'm very sad right now. I am not okay with this.
But you have a specific cheating at games that are sold as chance mask.
I know, and everybody knows what that looks like, so I also have to have a mask that fools people that it's not a cheating at games that are sold as games of chance mask.
Layers of language meta.
Someone's going to pick that, so you kind of got to step away. Oh, I'm so sad. I really am.
It is the forbidden mask.
It is totally the forbidden mask. Anyway, all right. So now that I've completely betrayed all of my values for the ministry, I hope the ministry is happy. Oh no, having decided that I'm going to do it is basically as good as having already done it. So, you know.
So we're being human today. That the thought of the deed is a sin as well as the deed.
Well, the thought of the deed that we are absolutely going to be executing, yes.
Yeah. So the thought of the
deed per se, like if you just think of something, that's not crime.
No, but the intention to execute is a sin.
We are absolutely human.
Great. Is it bad that both of us know what we're talking about?
We are totally human today.
Oh god.
Yeah. I'm very sad.
Well, so as far as I recall, we ended last session on Fiona being free to roam. In fact, she was in the casino, in the Manticore, while Lucky was sneaking out of the guardhouse.
Yes.
Well, snuck out of the guardhouse.
Yes.
Leaving his friend behind there because she wasn't really in trouble.
Correct.
Very good. Well, let us start, I think, with Fiona. So, at the Manticore, it is a busy night, as they all have been, really, what with the prominence of your casino rising. And Elisana, who is now somehow the owner of the Manticore.
I can explain that very, very well. Very easily.
She will tap you on the shoulder as you're serving drinks and say, can I talk to you?
No, I'm actually quite busy.
Someone will take over. She snaps her fingers.
No, it's in like, I've got a job to do. It's not about the bar. I'm doing other things.
I need to talk to you about this job you're doing.
I can give you 5 minutes, and then I really have to get back to prep because this is going to take everything.
Yes. Okay. So, in the back room, what the hell do you think you're doing? What in the chaos bleeding heart?
What do you mean? I'm doing my job. You told me I could do jewels. I'm doing jewels.
Not here, you're not.
No.
We're meant to be driving business here.
Well, I will, because my reputation is the reputation of the Manticore here, and coming to us for this for a lot. We'll give Hestra this one for free, and then we'll start charging a serious sum for this. I just count this as part of the profits of the Manticore. Is that not how this works? We make money, you get however much it is because it's him, and I get however much because of our split deal?
You're saying this is all a publicity stunt. You're saying
Absolutely, it's a publicity
result.
stunt.
So
No?
you're saying you've prepared, banners and posters advertising this to hang around the place so people know where
I
to
don't
go
know
for the next
if you've
show.
been paying attention to what's been going on in the Spire over the last couple of months, but my name is currently synonymous with the Manticore. Everybody does know that we're putting on an event. Yes, absolutely. And we're going to have that hall absolutely packed full of people who know exactly who I am. That's the whole point of this. I was arrested in front of half the Spire. Yeah, they know who I am. Yeah, they know that we're part of the Manticore. They absolutely know this is a Manticore event. Word of mouth is stronger than any poster that any street urchin can pull down and burn. Cheaper too, actually, just quietly. Much cheaper.
See about making posters as well. People will come to that event that have no idea about anything that goes on in Silverwater.
All right,
because they will come to see. Also, what you just said has me greatly concerned. If you are associated with the Manticore, if you are synonymous with the Manticore, and you have the tendency to get arrested, that's not a good look.
You literally had the book on the Manticore? I assumed you knew this going into this partnership. I wanted that book because I wanted to be able to run the Manticore. We made this deal because you wanted to run the Manticore. Do not tell me you did not know what you were walking into. That's just bad business decisions right there.
Oh, I want to run the Manticore. I want to insulate it from the damage that you can cause. Because
So what
I
you're saying
don't
is that-
know what game you're playing, and I have my suspicions, but I don't know, and I don't want to know.
I'm playing a dueling game.
Clearly not the game of making profit. It's not the game of running a successful business.
That's why you took over.
Give me 70% of the casino at a drop of a hat.
Yes, because I'm terrible at running casinos. You see how terrible I am. But I'm very good at publicity and I'm very good at making money. I'm just really terrible at running casinos. I had a dude that was really good. He's stuffed in the corner right now. You can see him. This is why you're here.
I have stuffed my previous business partners. It's a fairly compelling reason.
To run this joint because I'm great at getting people in the door and really hard at finding people to run the door.
I think I want you out, though.
You want me
out? I appreciate the publicity you're generating, and our agreement still stands, and you're still getting the percentage of payment, but after this event is done, I want you to try and divorce your name from the Manticore.
Oh, dude, I think that horse is bolted. How about this counter offer? After this duel, I run future duels past you so that you can at least feel comfortable with it, and we can do all the advertising in your usual Zovo sort of way.
Why don't you make a compel roll for me?
Is that compel?
Compel plus participate, yes.
Yes! And this is about duels, so bring it.
It's not about cheating.
Oh, it kind of is, because I am totally bluffing.
No.
Well, is this a deceive roll or a compel roll?
No, it's definitely a compel roll. I don't want my business partner to walk out the door. Wow.
Okay. Just rolling these early.
I think that's actually legit.
Awesome.
I'm not even going to.
The omens are correct. Our wings of wax.
I feel so sad.
Well, I mean, you're still very low on stress, so that's good. But
I feel sad because I'm really enjoying doing the duels. But the fact is,
I think this is some silver stress. Asking her to buy
shadow. It is definitely shadow stress.
I can still make this work because I don't actually need the mana
we'll talk
to still be doing
after
this.
the duel.
No. Well, at least I still get my money flow. See, that's actually all that matters, really.
Yeah. The only thing that matters.
Okay. So, before we jump to Lucky, what is actually on your plate? What do you need to do before the duel itself?
I need to make the parachutes. Or at least acquire the parachutes. And make sure that one of them is fucked.
Well, okay. So the whole make us a hot air balloon and parachutes. Hester can take care of that. That's fine.
I need to tamper with one of the parachutes.
Yes.
Which is actually pretty easy.
You will need to visit the craftsman.
We'll just cut the strings of that said thing. I'm going to put up the stupid posters because she wants the stupid posters put up. Oh my God. If she's going to kick me out, I may as well do one thing and then I can beg later and maybe she'll change her mind. I don't know. If I do everything that she's asked. And that's the other thing I do. So I've still got my portable dubstep machine, right? So,
yep.
Because I'm absolutely going to be playing the music for this duel.
Of course.
And so you've got big banners for the stage. The Manticore presents a duel.
Absolutely. Because after she sees what a raging success this is, she is absolutely going to want to make sure that she sticks around. Like, she's going to see this to be a positive in the long term.
All right. Well, actually, so the evening is not yet over even. You're still at the bar serving drinks.
And filling my portable dubstep rune kit full of all of my alcohol that I'm going to need to make all of the perfect drinks for all of the high-profile society people at the actual
yes, Elizan shows up again and just puts down a small piece of a page in front of you, says, "This will have to be our banners." And you see the Manticore, in association with the House, presents.
Really? Why?
She's left by now. She's also busy.
I'm obviously not putting those posters up. That's fine. Fucking no way.
Very good.
No. I've come too far. Fuck it. This is the last game. This is going to be like all hands on deck. We can do this. The lay deacon's already feeling a bit shit, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, so when in the early hours you go to the printers, which is probably in the works somewhere a few layers down, you give them your own version of the posters and the banners and everything, right?
Oh my God.
No mention of the House. That's what you said.
How
I'm just confirming.
So we haven't made any inroads on the House at all, have we?
We have distracted his factotum for this episode. Which does mean that we have now, we're a flea to them, and you know what happens to fleas.
I mean, it's clearly the House just exerting a bit of influence.
Yeah.
So if we don't do that, they're going to smash us. But we kind of want them to. I can always just go and hide in the Vermisian for a while. That works, right?
You know what? While you decide, we'll go to Lucky.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Totally fine. Oh,
all right,
God.
what do you think I should do, Brian? Do you think I should use my imposters, or do you think that I should actually use the house ones? No, seriously. As somebody who is going to be on the forefront of our war against them, should we actually go the long road and go like yes, and then like pretend to be, should I do to the house effectively what I ended up doing to Captain Lacosta?
Let's have this conversation in character. Because Lucky has different opinions than Brian.
Okay. All right. Before I go to the printers, I try and meet up with Lucky somewhere. Yeah. Now, can I just ask whether or not this stupid followed thing is still on him, or are we actually going to be able to have a conversation?
It's not on him anymore.
Ah, excellent. Beautiful. So let's not do that again, because that sucked.
I agree, Kat. Let's not roll poorly and then suffer stress and then suffer fallout. I support this plan.
I too support this plan. All right.
Finally, we figured it out.
Lucky, my friend.
Hello.
My colleague, my companion.
How is the drink business?
So this is like 3 a.m. in the park.
It is, in fact, the usual 3 a.m. in the park, but it's a different park.
Absolutely. And I still have time to get to the printers. whatever time we are, I just want to make sure that we still have time.
Yes, there are 24-hour printers in the Spire. Of course they're 24.
Okay.
Yeah,
excellent.
It is the Silver Quarter Printery. They only get started at about midnight.
All right. So, Lucky, dear friend, colleague, wonderful person of the shadows.
You never open anything well that way. What do you need?
With excellent hiding shadow capacities.
I've performed what you've asked. I've done a favor for that academic.
of the quarter. I have something I need to run by you, and I need some advice.
Of course.
So, we seem to have found ourselves in a slight bind. Now, I have been told by the person that I kind of sold the Manticore to that they don't want me doing duels anymore. But duels are kind of my life, and also they don't want me associated with the Manticore anymore. And I know we're not meant to get attached to anything, but I'm actually quite attached to the Manticore. And so I don't want to not do it. Now, I'm trying to convince her that everything should just stay the way that it is, and I could just go around and run my amazing duels, even if they're not in the Manticore. And she's kind of basically said I can do that on one condition, and that is to link the advertising of the Manticore to the house.
So, if an individual's a problem, you know what we do to problem.
I agree, but I also kind of like her, so I'd prefer it if we had her as an ally and split them against the house.
The problem
is, together we can take down the house.
That allies need to be useful.
She's very useful.
Her only use right now is that she owns the book that you are looking for.
I know.
Therefore,
but she's also very powerful. Like, can you imagine an ally like that? We could do anything.
You're very powerful.
Oh, she's more powerful. She's like me, but competent.
Lucky very carefully doesn't hear the last sentence. I'm sorry, there must have been a fly around. I didn't quite catch what you just said. But don't worry. What we need to do is we need to focus on one enemy at a time. We must not do our future enemies any small hurts, and it seems like this name changing is a small hurt. You are a minister of our hidden lady first, and a 30% proprietor of the Manticore second. Therefore,
you're right, as always.
We must do no small harms. But if someone is threatening the Manticore, well, then they are a threat, and we will deal with them as soon as we're not quite so busy.
All right. Focus on the house afterwards, and I will allow this small slip to my honor by
Oh, you have so many worse things on your honor. I wouldn't worry about it.
Do I really, though? This is kind of, I take this very personally.
Remember, we must not take these slights to our cover persona so personally. We discard them at a whim.
I will try, dear friend. I will try.
Good. Now, is there anything you need from me?
So, how against our wall house? No question, no reason.
I'm sorry, say again? Sorry, say again, I didn't hear you.
How are we going with our plans and machinations against the house? Just out of totally idle curiosity.
We have not begun, because we're doing other, more important things, like dealing with Strides Out Harmonious.
Okay.
And
then no,
when I did a
need
favor for
you.
you yesterday, one of my tribe's members was in the guardhouse. I will remember this.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You did extremely well, and I'm extremely happy well you have performed.
So is there anything you need from me?
No, not at this point. I think we should just come back together after this duel, and after we have it.
Look in the usual places for messages. I may need something from you.
Sounds good. All right.
Lucky
I go
vanish.
off to the and I go off to the stupid printer and get the house for the stupid printer.
Okay, so just so we're clear, this is in association with the house printer.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Choose your battles, cat!
I've never chosen my battles, and I don't plan on starting. Except now, where I've been told to, and I will.
Like, from a pragmatic perspective, we can't afford the roles that a side duel will take right now.
I agree. All right, onwards. Lucky, go do your thing. I'm putting up stupid posters all over the stupid Silver Quarter.
No, you're paying urchins to put up posters. Delegation.
Yes. Okay, fine. Let me guess. I'm taking Silver Stress. That's cool.
Yeah.
No,
it's fine.
You're the
there
owner.
There's a budget for it.
You're the third owner of the house, and you're of the Manticore, and you're following instructions. This isn't coming out of your fucking pocket.
No, fair enough.
Again,
I'm happy with
to your benefit, not juggling your elbow.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so what is Lucky up to?
So after he's in like hiding spot 14, he sits very quietly with a paper bag and breathes into it for about 15 minutes.
Of course.
Because it's been a bad day.
It has been a bad day.
And he's had to talk to people. He doesn't like that.
Hey, you talked me down very well. I was very impressed.
He compartmentalizes well.
I didn't even make you roll for it. I thought I was very restrained.
I am gladdened by your forbearance in this matter. So gladdened.
Sorry, continue on.
Okay, so last week I sent a fairly effective note to Black Rose Withers.
Yes.
Yes, the accountant.
The accountant. So I think before I start tilting at Strides Out Harmonious, I want to know how successful that is.
Okay.
I gave him instructions to deliver a message to a place at a time.
There will be a response there, yes.
Ooh.
Already.
Well, at the time.
Right. So basically what I want to do now is get a nice early stakeout of positions that would be needed to stake out that note place. Because if this goes sour, it'll be at this message, and I want to see if anyone's staking out the drop.
Staking out the stakeout, yes.
So I am therefore staking out the places that would be used to stake out the drop.
That's right.
That sounds like a very reasonable thing to do.
Also, it's a great time to get like 3 hours of sleep.
How would you like to make a high society plus
Sneak?
Yeah, sneak or resist, because you're resisting the stakeout, but either way you have them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Elfir?
No. This is not a social interaction with the elf. Come on. There you go. So, yes, indeed, there are a couple of gents that have positioned themselves on a bench nearby.
Yep. Cool.
And at the appointed hour, or like half an hour before that, a messenger passes by and just leaves the envelope under a rock or wherever it is.
According to the gent drop. What do these gentlemen look like?
The gentlemen look
after about 2 hours of observation. So like they're clearly staking this out. They're not there for any real reason.
Yes, they are very much taking it out. They look to be just, guns for hire.
Okay, so they're goons, but they don't feel... I'm not getting a paladin vibe from them.
No, not at all. These are drow, these are goons. They are, looks like Black Rose with this just went outside the church entirely.
Yeah, okay. So that means he's wiggling on the hook rather than...
swallowing the bait.
Coming clean. Which is like... Yeah. So, like, this is just normal hook wiggles. That's fine. I go find an urchin.
Okay, sure.
And I tell the urchin to go hire another urchin to pick to pick up that envelope, and basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to flush other watchers. So I'm having urchins play the game of move that envelope around. So
right. Well, would you like to make a compel plus high society roll, please? Because this is, you're paying money.
Yeah.
Wow. This
you have plenty of silver in your purse. And sure, a coin for each.
Yeah.
And, okay. So the kid approaches the dead drop, picks up the envelope, and just starts legging it as the two gentlemen take off after her.
Yep.
Half an hour later, you have the envelope because urchins just run circles.
Yeah. And more to the point, I don't get any other senses of a wider net, right? No. That these two people were stalking horses rather than...
Well, do make the investigate plus high society roll for this. Like you got the obvious ones that were right there.
Yeah, I got the obvious ones.
Go on. Last game. Come on. Roll little lizard.
It's maybe last game. Possibly last game. Okay, well, it's a success. That's the important part.
Yep.
And I'll just give you a bit of shadow stress, I think, because you are, loitering and maybe even asking uncomfortable questions. But you're fine.
Well, more to the point, the urchins know that something's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, as far as I can tell, and you're reasonably certain, no one else is tracking or observing it.
All right. What is the message? So I go back to a bolt hole. Like, I'm not going to bother with goons. Goons are goons.
Yeah. Goons are goons.
I go back to a bolt hole and decrypt the message.
Okay. So the what does it? Simply deposit a letter with the agreement and details the recent building costs on of strides at her temples at blah by midnight. Yeah. So the message is very simple. Amounts to I hope you die. It was probably counting on his goons to do the job.
All right. I don't have to take notes for that one.
No.
Is the message enciphered?
No. Well, because it's no, compromising.
Yep. Fair enough.
Wow.
Well,
time to lean on that one a little harder, I think.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Let me amend this just a little bit.
Yep.
I hope I've instructed my men to leave your hands intact. I may require new fingers.
Wow.
Message.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Fair enough. So I compose a new message. I'll need to type it out. So over to you, Kat.
All right. It is the morning.
It is the early, bleary morning. Well, okay, in Silk Water, there's always light, there's always music. And
well, I'm
crowds.
asleep then. I guess I probably had a long night, and I want to be ready for our duel in the morning, in the early afternoon. So yeah, I'm in bed.
Well, sure, you'll wake up a few hours later, right? It's fine. The duel is in a few more hours.
Excellent.
You need to sabotage one of the parachutes.
Oh, I thought I did that last night.
No, you did the printing last night.
Oh, I thought I did that before we did the printing. That's all right. I was just going to literally cut the strings.
It's fine. But I think... Well, so the original idea before the whole cheating thing come up was, you cut the strings and they're indistinguishable. But now that you need to know which one is which, I think to sabotage one of the parachutes and mark it in a very non-obvious way so that you can tell and maybe tell Hestra which one to pick would require some sort of a roll.
Oh, God damn it.
Well, or you know what, for now, don't even worry about it.
Huh?
Don't even worry about it for now.
Oh, God.
Did the thing.
No, I wouldn't worry about it now.
You marked the parachute, you cut the strings, it's all good. You are good to go.
Really? No, no, I feel like I'm not good to go. Can I have, labeled them? Parachute 1 and Parachute 2?
Sure. Which one is the good one?
Parachute 3.
I know that. I'm not telling you, because something might happen.
Very good. Well, so what do? You have a few hours, if for last minute whatever, or do you want to just go straight to the evening?
I definitely want to go and talk to Hestra, because I need to prime her for everything that's happening and make sure that her brother's turning up, because...
Okay. Well, so Hestra is not at her hotel.
Oh.
No. In fact, she is making a scene at the council right now to get things going.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Good on her. That's fine.
Uh-oh.
All right, cool. She can make a scene. She can do whatever you want to. Well, yeah, I guess I go to the place where everything's going to go down and just make sure that we are ready, and wait for Hestra. Can I get a message to her to say, look, we should talk before the duel?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes. Okay. So, well, the lecture hall is perpetually booked out.
Of course.
And so right now there is some other lecture. In fact, 2 lectures are happening. And like the audiences have split on the left and the right side of it. And the lecturers are trying to just shout louder than the other guy. It's
amazing.
It's a bit of a mess, but the students seem to be used to it.
Sounds amazing.
Yep. And so, where do you have the table and the parachutes?
Well,
all the way in the New Heaven, I guess, because that's where they'll be launching from.
Oh, I guess they kind of will be, won't they?
Yeah, so they will be falling past the auditorium and past the windows in the lecture hall here.
But the start of the duel has to be in the lecture hall. Like they have to be on stage, choosing their parachutes, doing their things, and then heading up.
Right.
So I'll
yes,
be there.
They will do a bit.
Otherwise, there's no point. Like the duel,
then...
the duel presentation can't just be 2 people falling past in a window. Like we have to, you know. At least start the glory with a bit of a speech and, oh, but I'm going to do the blah, whatever. And the guy looking amazing about the fact that he's going to be able to see an Elfia splatter. Like that's like he obviously needs to be on stage and looking very pleased. So this is our sense of presentation, you see. Oh.
Okay. Well, so people of Captain Wander the Lost. Followed closely by people of Hestra Wander the Lost. This is all backstage, and so the captain's people are all military. They are in stark contrast to Hestra's just coterie of whoever was hot and around at the time.
Yep, sounds normal.
And so one of them will, tower a bit over you and demand to see the parachutes to make sure that everything is going to go fairly.
Who is?
Sorry?
Who's there?
This is one of the people of Captain Man the Lost.
Oh, okay, that's all right. That's completely fine.
So I think this is where a check will be needed, because there are 5 of them going over every inch of the parachutes, looking for any kind of mark, any distinguishable feature that could be used to cheat. Let's see how well you hit your handiwork.
Sure. Like they've got a big 1 and a 2 in front of them, but other than that, it's fine. So let's roll it. What am I rolling?
I think it will be fix plus...
Fix?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Handiwork is fix, generally speaking. Plus, yeah, sure, high society works.
Fuck.
And cheating would apply. But I think you did that.
Yeah, you did that.
Yes.
So, okay. Success at a cost.
At a cost.
Wow, you are lucky with my stress rolls is all I'm going to say. You sweat just a tiny bit. So taking a bit of stress to mind. But
yep.
Just totally acceptable because, again, like I'd be stressed in this situation. I can...
but they raise no objections.
Amazing. Excellent. Woohoo.
They just, spread out the entire parachute, went over every rope, like in and out. Just, yeah.
And somehow missed that they were all cut. No, I get it.
No. They see that one of them is cut.
Yeah.
But they're making sure that there's no way to tell them apart.
Oh, right. Because they want them to be cut. Because that's the whole point of the duel.
They want it to be a good duel.
Sorry. I'm about 4 steps ahead in my mind. I'm having trouble coming back to this point. So I'm like, I need to going on. Yes.
Here's my question. Are you going to swap the swap identifying marks after they've observed it?
I don't think it matters.
What happens if they go to the... Sorry, go on. I shouldn't be doubting you.
Oh, no, they can totally tell somebody who's doing what. Like, that's, it's actually probably not going to matter. Hestra gets first pick because it's her duel, right? That's the way that these things are done. That's what we've always done.
All right, so
I've
that's
got
how
2
you
different...
set it up.
I haven't actually, depending on how the situation comes together, I'm either going to do this one of 2 ways. One's going to require a really fucking lucky dice roll, and the other one is still going to need a really fucking lucky dice roll for me to be able to make sure that my promise to Hestra. So
Fair. Very fair.
I have 2 plans.
Hestra is here.
Ah, excellent. Hello, Hestra.
So all by herself. She wears the most open mask you've seen of her. They're just basically kind of framing her side brows.
Just quick point of order question. When they're falling and their masks get ripped off their faces, what happens then?
Embarrassment. Probably
so
terminal. Like terminal velocity, but it's terminal embarrassment. Elfir use different units of measurement.
Sorry, continue on. Hello, Hestra. Hello, darling. Welcome.
Yes. She embraces you and kisses you on the cheeks. This, familiar, but
a sign of affection from Hestra is not to be disregarded.
I know, right? Fucking yes. Because we are there. We are absolutely there.
Yep.
Fiona, my dear, is everything ready?
Everything is ready. Everything is purely to spec.
And how will this work exactly? Do I need to know something before we begin?
Yes, you absolutely do. Now, is there any chance at all we're being overheard?
She looks around and says, I don't think so.
So I don't need to make a roll to make sure that we're not around.
I've asked my friends to usher everyone out.
Wonderful. Well, what I would like you to do then is whatever parachute I put to your right, you take that one, and everything should be fine.
That sounds easy enough.
And if that fails, because of whatever reason, I have a backup plan to ensure that you get the correct chute. Because I would hate for a misunderstanding.
Fails.
The parachute will not fail.
Well, I certainly hope you are correct.
So do I. I've come to quite fond of you.
I've come to be quite fond of myself too. And I would absolutely...
I love her so much. I wanted to be on the council so badly.
She is as self-centered as a top.
Oh, I really want her to be on the council.
And honestly, I do not think this is at all necessary, but you understand that I will, of course, exact blood vengeance from beyond the grave, should I die.
Of course. No, that was assumed.
Arrangements have been made.
Of course they have been. That's completely assumed. Would you think I would not understand that? You who would want to be on the council. Of course it will be.
Okay. Outside, the previous lecture has finished, which means there's maybe 10 minutes for people to leave and then rush in. And there is quite a lot of commotion because, well, there usually is, but this time there's also a ton of people trying to get the best seats possible.
Excellent. There are 2 podiums on stage.
Yes. In fact, the enterprising students are just keeping their seats and selling them to the highest bidder.
Nice.
It's turning a few fights breaking out, but to be fair, they happen in the lecture hall.
So this is
general as well.
A standard lecture, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay,
and,
so yeah.
Yes, like all over the place are banners and posters saying that this is the Manticore and the house presenting this once-in-a-lifetime event, etc., etc. And then finally, Captain Under the Lost arrives.
Bum, bum, bum.
Excellent. Can I just give you a bit of a brief summary of how the stage actually looks in this respect? So
we'll do all of that in a moment.
Okay, good.
Introduce Captain. Because, military garb, quite a few medals on the chest, although they seem to be kind of decorative in a way. Because you don't think he fought in actual wars, but, whatever. He comes wearing a morning mask. This thing.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. That's
he actually tears streaking down his face
through
the special channels.
Is this because he doesn't want to duel his sister? Well, too bad, fucker. You're getting in the parachute.
Oh, no. This is just preemptive mourning for his sister.
Preemptive mourning for her stroke. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yes.
Or is this preemptive mourning to have his mask ripped off his face during flight so everybody sees that? See, I could also accept that as an answer.
And as he arrives, people in his wake very efficiently are handing out small packets of something to just the audience, just handing them out like candy.
Okay.
It's probably blue.
It certainly is. It is the drug that makes Effie feel sad because they don't normally feel sad.
Yep.
And
of course he's just tossing blue to the audience. Of course he is. Oh, what a scumbag.
You get some sadness and you get some sadness.
Everyone gets some sadness. Yeah. Yes. Like an opposite Oprah.
I just figured out what song I'm going to be dubstepping during the duel.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So, that's Captain Under the Lost. Let's go back to Lucky.
All right.
Yes. We want you to be eager to come back.
Oh, God. I'm going to miss blue.
So at about 4:30 a.m., Black Rose Withers will have a note upon his pillow. My friend, Black Rose Withers, I am so saddened by your recent message. Obviously, the gentlemen you dispatched to apprehend me failed at their task. It is so difficult to find good help these days. At noon, Strides Out Harmonious will be getting the following message. Your accountant, Black Rose Withers, has been stealing behind your back. He has paid for his undeath out of what you should have been tithing to Brother Autumn. A friend. If you wish to stop this message, I will be expecting a rather more public act than what I had previously asked of you. Bring 10,000 silver to the Cathedral of Our Glorious Lady and go to the 4th statue on the left. Say the following words. I pray that our hidden mistress accepts my devotion. Leave the money, and you will be contacted again. Fail in any particular or hire any individuals, and your undeath will be brief. Sincerely, a friend.
Is that like in capitals down the bottom? A friend.
Okay.
Fucker.
So just so we're clear on the magnitude of the ask, right?
Yes.
Because the prices are not established.
I'm basic. So I'd say 10,000 is high. It's equivalent to dollars.
Right. So not actually a particularly big deal for a successful person.
I'm not putting.
But it's the
it's the surround. It's noticeable for anyone. It's not particularly noticeable for him, but it's a chunk of change that he has to cough up. But it's what he's saying in public that's just damned if you do and damned if you don't.
To get your intent here, do you want him to do it?
Yes.
Or do you want him? Okay. Well, let's have you roll a compel plus high society. I think difficulty 1, because you are, manipulating things, but your knack applies.
Yeah.
Your knack absolutely applies.
So a 3d10?
Yep, sounds right. Bug.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look, I need a d8.
Yeah.
I wonder why I need a d8.
And it was all going so well.
Well, it's still going well because you are amazingly lucky when it comes to stress today. It's like 4th one. So that's the thing. You... Okay. How are you monitoring the situation? Are you present at the temple? I assume you
are. No. God, no.
Okay.
I have put out a message to the ministry saying, put some disposable assets around there.
Oh, no, I mean, not at the temple of our glorious mistress.
Right. Sorry. Yes.
At the temple of Father Sama, where Black Rose with us is.
Sorry, repeat your question. I misunderstood you.
Are you at the temple where Black Rose with us?
Yes, I am in my sweeper guise.
Okay. Well, he leaves his bedchambers in a hurry.
Yeah.
A minute after he gets there. And let's see here. Yeah, he's not actually particularly good at this stuff, is he? He is just rushing out of the temple. Just
yep. I have whomever's following him continue to follow him.
But you're not going to get any feedback, are you?
Basically, I've arranged for an urchin runner to just give me a signal if he does this thing.
Well, no, he's not going to the temple of our glorious lady.
All right. I mean, what time is it?
It's 5 a.m.
Honestly, running after him is a great way to get myself caught.
Yes.
Because he's moving in haste. So
no, not running, but he's like
moving. I'll be putting assets in place. Basically, okay. I want the obvious elevators watched. Anyways, because I need to see if he's going down, and I want an urchin, basically waiting on the major elevator down to the temple district.
Well, so actually, let's say you're still have bought your network urchins for tonight.
Yeah.
They will tell you quite quickly that no, he's went to the dead drop place from just 2 hours ago.
Okay.
He is pacing up and down around it. He is horrible at this whole thing.
Okay.
This is also amazing.
Okay.
You're fine. Everything is
Fine.
Everything is going to be fine. You just need to keep repeating that. Everything is going to be just big breaths.
Right. So I sneak out of the temple. Sneak over to the dead drop place. No, I sneak over to the place where I had previously established watching the dead drop place.
Yeah, no one else is there. Yeah, but it's fine.
Lucky have his paper bag is really all I'm
Oh my
asking.
god! Like, so he, as he's sneaking, he ducks into the door. Sneak.
So bad.
Panic attack! Panic attack! No one can see my panic attack!
This is my totally fine mask.
Yeah. Well, no. Lucky's I'm totally fine mask has a paper bag built in because he's totally fine.
Totally. Wait. We can still be human. We can still be human here. He has the intention to be totally fine.
Oh, I have so forfeit any deontological presumption of innocence. I just Hume would not approve of Lucky.
Well, what does Lucky do?
Lucky sends a message. And I'll just narrate this. My friend.
How do you send the message?
Via urchins.
Right.
My friend, you seem to be in trouble. Such a shame you didn't consider this eventuality beforehand. Do as I've instructed.
Okay, so an urchin runs up to him, just tugs him on the rope, just throws the
envelope and takes off.
Takes off. So Black Rose Withers tries to grab him with his freakishly long fingers, fails, picks up the letter and just howls.
Good.
And looks around. He would be hyperventilating and needing his own back. He wasn't undying.
Yep.
I think, not having heartbeats more than like twice a minute probably helps.
Yep.
I can't do this. Please, can we not talk about it? Just declaring out, scaring passers-by.
You're fine. Everything's fine, Brian. Lucky he's still alive. Look at this. See, it's great.
I mean, on the other hand, he seems to be very much on hook now.
Yeah, he is on hook.
And I'm about to pull off, like, the best history, so...
So, usual rigmarole. I have exercised the presumption of mercy, as it is my prerogative to do so. Follow my previous instructions in my original letter, and I may forget that this troublesome thing ever happened.
Oh dear. Why don't you make another compel plus exercise?
Yeah.
You can put fresh paper bag.
Yeah. So this is basically what I was communicating is the first letter. Yeah. I'm going to say with mastery.
Yes.
Well, your neck still applies.
Yeah.
So yes. And no difficulty this time because you've just terrorized the whole guy.
Smashed it. See? Boom.
Yep.
Right there. Again, Hume finally comes through for us. Intent means something.
Okay. So he reads it and just crumples it and tosses it to the ground, takes a few steps, runs back, picks it up.
He is bad at this.
Oh God! At least you've got
Looks around, perplexed, thinks, points like five jointed finger, at an urchin, because there's now a small crowd of urchins just following him.
Yeah.
Like notices them for the first time, goes, come here. Offers him a silver coin, goes, eat it. Because that was the first thing that came to his mind of how do you dispose.
Sorry?
How do you dispose of suspicious notes? You eat them. But the thing's not going to eat them. So, you, urchin, eat it.
Wow. These Alfea can die in a fucking
Well, we are trying to arrange for this matter.
Cords and just go, oh, well, we just killed 2 council members. Better luck next time, guys. Mister back in the back off the books.
The urchin happily eats it as another one picks his pocket.
Yep.
Okay, Black Rose Withers will go back to the temple.
Yep.
And will soon be on his way to the temple of our glorious lady.
Wait, he can't even follow instructions.
Well, no, you told him that do what I told you to do. Right?
No, what I this was me granting reprieve. The first letter.
Right. Okay. Oh. Okay. In which case, sure, he'll write down whatever it is you ask him to write down.
Yeah.
From a nearby place, and then walk back to the dead drop, just looking all left and right and up and down.
Yeah.
Bumping into people.
Yeah.
And then just stuff it under the rock and walk away.
Cool.
He's going to compromise the entire cell.
He's so going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and say that triggers my refresh.
Yes, that, oh my God, does. In fact, yes, you've terrorized the poor Alfea bastard. And not that you had too much stress, but it's all
good. Over to you, Kat.
I am not getting a refresh. I'm just going to have a lot of fun. All right, so where are we at?
Well, sorry, a bit before that.
Yes.
To deal more with like yesterday.
Yeah.
So what did you actually get out of him?
So, just
so we're clear.
My previous message is deposit a letter with your agreements and details of the recent building costs of one of Strides Out Harmonious temples in
we've got black
a ministry cipher.
Yes.
Yep. So it took him a while then to write that.
That's fine.
Okay. So I can start thinking about it. What do you actually intend to do next with this letter?
So I plan to deposit with the ministry. Like, this is primo blackmail material that future agents can use.
So it is.
It's like, this is a big old mission accomplished, even if I'm dead, checkmark.
Wow. So when you're stuffed in a corner in the Manticore, you can at least say that I actually managed to survive.
Lucky's corpse will have a gold star under it.
Totally. I will make sure that gold star is there. If I haven't been kicked out of my home.
So, and then
I'm very sad
the
about
next thing I'm going to be doing is working up an equivalent blackmail scheme for Strides Out Harmonious.
Yes.
Right. Using the
information that I know now and the compromised person, I'm going to be using his accountant as the cutout.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to be doing the same thing to Strides Out Harmonious.
Yes.
Excellent. We will see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. But
peace out. We're fine.
Yeah.
But first,
back to my stage.
Back to the stage.
So there are 2 pillars on the stage, and I've covered them in a big golden sort of thing. And on the right pillar, so it's to Hestra's right when she's standing on the stage, will be the one that she needs to take, the non-fucked one. and on the other one goes the fucked one. And of course, Hester gets to choose first. But if they choose wrongly, then I've got a backup plan.
So, when you go to get the parachutes, you find that they're both held out to you by two people. The captain. So they seem to have pulled them out of the bags with enough 1 and 2 on them. And they just, handing them to you. Because he did such a good job of anonymizing them.
So, of uninviting the captain. Why would I uninvite the captain? Why would they tamper with my game? What is actually their motivation for tampering with my game, given that Lacoste absolutely knows that I'm...
No, the Captain Wonder the Lost.
Oh, Captain
They are the captain, sorry.
The other, more important captain.
I was like, why the hell is she not trusting?
No. She's probably pissed at you for just general malfeasance that surrounds you, but...
No, she's a Bond. Right, we're totally cool. Well, like this man, like she trusts me implicitly. You have actually made her list her as a Bond.
Yes. Oh, she likes you. She's just pissed at you nonetheless.
These are not contradictory things.
It's very much not her problem.
All right, fine. So they have definitely... Well, how the fuck can they switch them? They're parachutes. You can't switch them. Unless they've broken both parachutes.
No.
Because it's implicitly attached to the external. Like, that's the point of a parachute. How on earth did they switch them? Or not switch them? They can't switch them. Everything's fine.
How do you identify whether one is good?
Well, I've got a 1 and a 2 written on them.
No, you don't.
Oh, God damn it.
Well, the whole point is no one should be able to identify which one is which. That's trivial to read.
Oh, how are they meant to be taking bets on that shit then?
Well, no, they're betting on people, not on parachutes.
And which one they choose? Like, come on. Short-term betting.
Choose left or right, sure. But the whole point of the inspection they did before was to make sure that there are no identified signs that anyone could use to give a hint to the contestants.
Oh, that's fine. I can check the parachutes still. There's no reason I can't check them, can I?
Well, there's a whole crowd of people waiting just outside to see you carry them out, right? So you can absolutely check them in like the 5 seconds it takes to get there.
You can put your finger into one of the seams if you know the geometry of the parachute.
Can I also tell them off for messing with parachutes that they clearly know nothing about because they're fucking guards and not people who should be packing parachutes?
Yeah, they're airfare guards, though. They really don't care what you have to say on this point.
You could get 2 airfare killed because you've packed this parachute wrong.
Should both of them die, be executed for murder.
No, you would be, because you messed with the parachute, dude. That's not on me. Lacosta's totally going to back me up on this. This is going to be fine.
Your faith in your contacts is heartwarming and puzzling.
She's my Bond, man. She's not going anywhere.
No, she's not.
All right, fine.
So this seems like a very quick investigate roll?
Investigate high society and obviously cheating at fucking duels. Yep. Yeah?
Difficulty 1. You...
Fuck it.
Difficulty 1, so -1 die.
Which means at a cost.
No.
Oh, -1 die.
No.
Oh, God. Okay, fine. Should I
roll
just roll 3 dice?
Just roll a d4 to tell us which die we're losing, because they are arranged in order. It's fine. We'll do it this way then.
Boom.
We've lost the die number 2. You're good. Okay. In like 3 steps.
Brian's freaking out more than I am. I'm just going to say, like, I just want to point that out. That I'm still maybe it's because I haven't lost any characters yet. I'm like, and he's just like, he knows exactly where he's going.
There is polite applause as you climb the stage, and already are the one of the lost brother and sister already on. Or is it just 2 podiums that you're going to put the parachutes on?
Oh, just the 2 podiums, and I'm just going to put the parachutes on. So if I have a vague idea of, well, if I had an idea which one is the actual one, then I'll make sure that it's to the right of Hestra.
Okay, sure. Which means you're the only person on the stage. There is polite applause, and there's...
And then I start my announcement.
So the entire audience, there's 10,000 people. There's people standing in the rows. And as you're looking at all of them, they're starting to sniff and to just wipe their eyes. And the drugs are working.
Oh, good. All right, so we start up the dub machine, the dubstep machine.
Oh, no.
Okay, so instead of a drum roll, we have... What do we have?
It's definitely dubstep. So... Just sniffing everything off for basically the next how until this is actually done.
Say that again.
Sorry, I can't understand a word you're laughing through.
That's it.
Blue, the old 90s song Blue, as in blue dubba dee dubba die.
No.
You don't know this song? Are you serious?
I do know this song.
You do know this song? Oh, good.
Yes.
I hope you do. We're basically going to be doing a dubstep riff off that duel, and it's going to be amazing. So we give our big speech to our massive auditorium full of our fear, which we say, welcome, all our fear and dutiful citizens of the Spire. Welcome to the duel, because one of our contestants will be dead. Today, you'll see the one and the only Hestra duel against her brother, who, is he even here yet? Does anybody even know?
Yes.
Coming?
He's
totally coming. He's absolutely here. Excellent.
Yeah, he walked down the row and handed out, his people handed out.
Oh, that's right. He was handing out all the stuff.
And then he went backstage.
And then he went backstage. That's right. I tease him a little bit more for not turning up earlier and for definitely not actually, responding to Hestra before today or this point, and the fact that he's needed to be called out so hard. And then we introduce the concept of the duel. So we will bring out Hestra and her brother and we'll put them on the stage. And then Hestra gets to choose first because it's her duel. She's the one that started this. And then her brother can pick up the alternative parachute. At which point we're all going to be having a bit of a dance party where they all go up and then we're going to watch them fall past the window. And our wonderful academic friend can examine the remains.
Right,
solid plan.
You do have a professor who is eagerly awaiting the results and who's already below to be as close as possible to the splat point, but not be directly splatted because that would be, contaminating the results.
That's exactly right.
The splat zone has been secured by the professor of splatology.
Okay, so enter Captain Wander the Lost. It is a terrible day. A great loss will be visited upon the city.
I'm just in the corner doing my thing. The dumpster machine.
Are you giving him a drink?
Absolutely, of course I am. He's an NPC. He's in my vicinity and I have alcohol, so I'm mixing him a drink.
I may hate you and everything you stand for, but you still get a custom-made drink from me.
Boom.
He goes on maybe 5-minute speech about how
How much is
surely
his sister?
how much it will pain him to not have a sister, and how much Spire will lose that uniqueness that is her.
Oh, this is adorable. I love this speech.
Yes.
He's been getting high on his own supply.
Absolutely he has, and that's totally fine.
And how it is so sad that she has never amounted to anything in her life.
Oh, God.
This will be the tragic end of it.
Yeah.
All right, now Hestra comes on.
And then Hestra comes on, and she just looks at the sobbing audience, and she has a bag with her. Just reaches in and throws across the first front rows over and over. Her own drugs, because fuck it, at this point, that's the kind of a thing. And she just kind of looks at you and winks and goes, yeah, it's dagger. So it's basically fantasy cocaine.
So the brother is passing out downers, and the sister is passing out uppers, and this is how they fight.
Yep. Why is everyone so sad? This will be a fantastic day. A blight on the Spire will finally be removed. And it also goes on only a couple minutes of, we need done with tradition, up with just
fun.
Yeah, fun, with spectacle. We've forgotten what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be kings of this world, not, drab, miserable wretches. Okay, and then there is the silk hot air balloon, and both of them pick their parachutes. Hestra picks the one on the right, the one that supposedly will do the thing.
Yeah.
Not do the thing, depending on how you look at it. And they both get on the hot air balloon.
Sorry, we are totally listening to Blue, and it's amazing.
Of course you are.
And up they go.
Meanwhile, the theater is thumping.
Yeah.
There are so many drugs in that place.
Yeah, the theater is in an interesting place right now.
The academia have never seen so much partying.
No, this is like Friday for them.
And you see in the front row is Frozen Sparrow Shatters, who is just sitting there, leg over leg.
I'm just waiting for it to all happen. I am absolutely just waiting. I am standing in the theater, playing off my beats, waiting for everything to finish.
Okay.
We have the structure in place, like they're being taken up, it's all doing the thing.
Anything you can do at this point is entirely out of your control.
Basically, yeah.
So you might as well lay down some wub.
I may as well lay down some beats, that's right.
Well, so you pick the right parachute, Hestra picked the right parachute. Far as you can tell, it should be fine now.
Everything should be fine. Everything should be fine.
Everything is fine.
Nothing was fine.
There are gasps from the audience as an elf here falls past the windows, almost too quick for anyone to tell which one it was. But then a much slower lowering on a parachute and landing into the window is Hestra.
You did it!
Yeah. And once again, the entire auditorium just explodes, wailing and just entirely inappropriate laughter, and betting slips being thrown in the air. It's a pandemonium. So yes, about Friday.
Absolutely,
really.
It is.
Yeah. It's late Friday now.
Okay. The rest of the evening there will be a blur, I think. Because,
yes, I think so
the
too.
music is playing, the dagger is being handed out in droves. The people of Captain Wonder the Lost will mostly retreat and go and fight over his body with the Professor of Splatology.
Look, he has total rights to it. I'm not getting him fight.
Yes. And Hestra is already... she's somehow arranged for there to be a living pyramid of at least like 3 people tall, and she's on top of it making proclamations. None of them have any actual effect on the politics of Spire, but that's what she's doing right now.
Yes! So can I change the Spire? Because I haven't uncovered any hidden secret information.
Deal with that in a moment, but yes, this is a good ending for that plot line, I think. In fact,
I permanently weakened the council. I think that's pretty good.
Well, you have
taken a competent person off, and I've put an incompetent person in.
Over as well.
Yeah.
So why don't you, while we're dealing with Lucky, look for a high advance for yourself? Because high advances...
Sorry?
You get a high advance.
I get a high advance. Holy crap.
Kat, if I may make a suggestion of an additional one to consider.
Also, is this something we need to take offline and get in ready for next game?
No, just also consider the rite of conversion.
The rite of what?
Conversion.
The rite of conversion.
Yes.
Oh, so I can actually bring people into our cause.
That you may rewrite a person's loyalties so that they are completely and utterly devoted to our hidden mistress. And it's a compel plus occult, so it's all in your thing.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Let's go with that.
There's also the one that you liked, so consider it.
High advances are amazing, and yes,
they're all amazing.
And we don't get them very often, do we?
No, we don't.
No,
so if you want to get your epistemological attack, that's also completely valid.
Oh, do I have to choose right now?
You have some time.
You have some time because I'm now on the hot plate. Also, can you put on Saint-Cien's Dance Macabre?
I don't know. Is it on Spotify?
It should be.
Dance Macabre.
Everyone should know that one. All right. I mean, I can't hear you because I'm not listening to your stream, but we might as well have the appropriate music.
It's on now.
Fantastic. Okay. So we have achieved one compromise.
Yep. We've compromised Black Rose with us.
Yeah. Cool. So, to recap, I am confident that I have compromising information, basically the false worship of Father Summer and the actual worship of Brother Autumn on Shards Out Harmonious, and that this is sufficiently damaging to him that he would be willing to go to some length, although probably not quite the length that his accountant's going to okay.
Yeah, you don't have actual proof, but just expressing that proof is bad.
All right. So after making sure that the ministry has the proof of misfeasance and proof of malfeasance, because it's both, I will inspect the temple payments for anything fiddly. So what I asked for him in the first one is, just because we need to remember, details of the recent building costs of Strides Out Harmonious Temple. Right. So basically, I want to seed my blackmail letter both with a political charge, Brother Autumn, and a fiscal responsibility charge of one of his temples.
Okay, sure. There's nothing horribly glaring there, but I'm sure you can hint at things that look a bit off.
Yeah, like if there's stuff that cool. Since I'm in the spotlight, I'm not going to take the time to write a letter, but it'll be in my previous style. And the letter will go something like, "My dearest friend."
I like how you do it voice.
Well, this is Lucky's voice, and so one must think of his letters in this voice. "My dearest friend, I am so saddened by all the recent controversy that has surrounded your name. But I am sure that if we work together, we will be able to do something about it, for no one must ever find out about your worship of Brother Autumn. And take heart, I'm here to help. If you are interested in my help, please take this book and send me a note. At completely other dead drop. Far more secure dead drop.
Right.
Because we're dealing with someone who has a lot more resources. And encode your agreement. It would be horrible if something happened to the message, or if anyone was there observing the dead drop, for I'd be forced to spread the horrible rumor that you were not faithful to Father Summer. And we've all seen how effective my other rumors have been. Sincerely, a friend.
And how do you deliver this message to him? Is it just in his...
Yeah, it's in his correspondence.
Okay, yep, so that's easy enough to slip in. So this is middle of the morning, right? This is after all the shenanigans with Black Rose with us. He will just storm out of his office. And order to the temple on lockdown.
Ruh-roh.
Shut the doors. Everyone here, all the servants, all the patrons, everyone in the main hall, just shouting and giving orders. Now, there are no paladins here anymore because you haven't actually seen a paladin in a few days after the Red Row and the attack on the temple. So there's like regular guard who will absolutely obey his orders. By guard, I mean temple employees, not the city guard. Yes, sorry, that's what I was looking for. There's a few outraged gamblers and other patrons who are being just kind of shoved there, but so far no one knows what's happening.
Okay. So I'm not going to break cover.
What do you?
So
you're just one of the sweepers.
Yeah, I'm one of the sweepers. No one of consequence.
Do remind me, you are masquerading as an elf here?
So that is one of my guises. Right now, I'm super humble sweeper. Right. Janitorial staff. Don't have access, just most rudimentary, most robust disguise.
Okay. So the lay deacon will just get up on the stage, on the podium.
Yep.
And go on a unhinged rant about how he's surrounded by enemies, how they're spreading unjust lies about him, and then he will order everyone to be searched for any kind of anything that will link them to these miscreants.
Such a shame I'm a janitor.
Yeah. You don't really have anything incriminating on you other than maybe like spare mask.
What spare mask?
Well, you're a mask. You have masks.
What spare mask?
So you just dish it?
I certainly don't have spare masks on me when I'm in the sanctuary of his cathedral.
Well,
I have a paper bag.
Yep. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
You and that paper bag, I swear.
It gives me mastery on panic attacks.
Well, so what follows is maybe half an hour of grumbling that just rises in volume. As while silence is searched, people are just the patrons are a bit outraged that they're forced to sit here and wait and not. When the lady can go, well, nothing is found, literally nothing. A few doses of drugs or
some loaded dice. Yeah,
that sort of thing. It's all just spread out on a poker table, but nothing. Then he goes, "No, them, search them. It's one of them. I know it," and just points at the patrons. And you see that, honestly, you might need to save him from self-destruction at this point. Or not, I don't know.
I don't. Because I control the person who controls the money. So if we need to appoint a figurehead, we can.
Yes.
So if he melts down in front of the audience, then it'd be such a shame if a well-respected elf here was to take the late, clearly overcome by stress, Lay Deacon's place.
A thought occurs to you.
Yes.
Everyone is here. The Lay Deacon is here.
Yep.
The bouncers are here. If there was ever a time to get into his locked personal office, to get any kind of anything out of it, now would be the time. It's an opportunity, is all I'm saying.
Do it. Take it. Take the opportunity. You know you want to. It's going to be amazing. You're not going to fail the role at all. Spire. And by the hero, I mean the person who takes it down. Yes.
All right. No, I do need actually something far more substantive to do. So I'm rolling sneak. I think sneak and religion.
Yep, that sure is the things that apply here. And you've already been searched.
Yeah.
You've already been tossed in the corner. No one particularly cares about you. But
I imagine that quite a few people are trying to sneak out.
Yeah.
So.
But the servant entrances and everything. So. There was a 10, and one of the dice bumped it, and there was another 10. Wow.
Well done.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine.
You're fine. You are
fine. You can see that it's fine.
of the temple.
Yep.
Ladykin's voice echoes, and it just starts getting this high-pitched whinge tone in it.
So I am going to use Walk Unopposed.
Ooh.
What does
The
that
shifting
do?
forms of your gods bring with them bargains and contracts older than the stone of Spire itself.
Wow.
If you encounter a ward or band that has been wrought with divine magic, mark one stress to mind or silver to ignore its effects until the end of the current situation.
Okay.
So I'm sure that he has warded his lodgings with divine magic. And I am a priest of gods far older than his.
Would you like one stress in mind? Or I'm going to ask.
Silver, please.
Nothing can go wrong. Everything's fine.
With that ability, very few things can.
Yeah, no, that's a flat.
Just, I don't want to be bothered with that nonsense ability.
No. I walk up to his quarters and I feel the tension of a ward. And I pray, my small way, to a god whose name has been forgotten. And I take on the texture of that ward and I simply walk through. For I know its secrets.
Awesome. Okay, you are in the Sanctum Sanctorum of the Lay Deacon. It has... You basically knew this.
Yeah.
There is the altar to Brother Autumn. There are, in fact, quite a lot, like the entire tiny back room of it is just dripping with it. There is a deer head hanging off the wall with like still decomposing flesh on it. Candles to mask the stench.
Excellent. On the altar, I leave a note. Your secrets are safe with me, a friend.
Oh dear. Okay.
And I take something of his that is linked with his name and the worship. Like, I don't have a lot of time.
Yes.
You do not have a lot of time.
Note
That's a very true statement.
on his altar, reinforcing that I can get to him through his wards, and something that is his and a cultist icon of Brother Autumn.
Wow. It's fine. It's fine. See? Everything's fine.
Yep, everything's fine.
Okay. So by the time you get back, there is a brawl that's broken out between the patrons and the bouncers.
Yeah.
Because the patrons, being the
drunk
and Alfie, really aren't used to taking this kind of shit from anyone.
Yep.
And they will just storm out. And then gradually the lady can realizes that he went slightly too far on this.
Yep.
And his tone changes immediately to growling and apologetic and saying that please stay, please have cheats on the house, etc., etc.
But of course, people have already stormed out.
A few stay, but half have just left.
So I'm loitering in earshot of his quarters.
Sure. Once he's done trying to smooth things over, go there, and then there's just a wailing cry of anguish from the inside.
Yes.
Yep. Congratulations. He is.
I cannot believe how successful this game has been. I'm quite impressed with us.
By hook or by crook.
This is your fourth surviving game?
Don't jinx it, Cat.
No, you're doing so well.
Don't jinx it. Why did you have to jinx it?
You're doing so well.
Why did you have to jinx it?
So, well, Brian, congratulations. Likey has absolutely earned himself a high advance because you have a lay deacon in your pocket. His reputation is very much shaky right now, but that can gradually be fixed.
It can be fixed because there aren't new...
of his stress can magically disappear.
Isn't that great?
Wow. Wow.
So you pick the high advance. Kat, what did you get? Have you made a choice?
Okay, I really want to talk about this a little bit.
Sure.
So, I'm so torn. Like I am so ridiculously torn.
Yep.
You need to understand how torn I am right now because I really
do your thing.
I really want to get Brian's one, but I don't actually understand how. Where the hell is it, and why can I get it?
Oh, all right. So because technical questions. I can help with those.
Yes.
Yeah, keep going. I'm just looking for a diagram.
All right. So because you're a minister of our hidden mistress, you have access to the high advances of minister. So if you take a look at page 73...
Extra? Is this in extra advances then?
It is. So if you take a look at page 74...
Wait for them to load.
You get... So here, I'll just read it. Rite of conversion, divine. You burn your target's passions, ashes, and build faith to the goddess in their place. Having restrained a target, you delve deep into the recesses of their mind and rip their allegiances to shreds, replacing them with a slavish devotion to our hidden mistress. At the end of this rite, the subject loves and will gladly die for the goddess.
You know what? I think we just got the manticore back.
It is considered good practice for magisters to have this rite cast upon them once a year. Unlike other divine spells, this requires a roll, compel plus religion. Do you have religion?
No.
That's an important note, okay?
I have compel. I do not have religion.
Sorry, I thought it was a cult. That's why I was suggesting.
I was going to say, why not a cult? It seems like...
Because it's a divine spell.
Oh, it's divine.
And even if you succeed, you must mark a D6 stress minimum after casting it. Look, Kat, I thought it was a cult, and therefore was good for you. It's not, so go with yours.
But I really want that one now.
It is a nice spell to have, certainly. But all the high advances are amazing.
All the high advances are amazing.
All right. Point of order question then.
Yes.
Can I use... Like, now that I've managed to help Helstra, actually, I've got two questions. One, is Helstra going to pay me for being amazing, just quietly, because she had a really good time? It was a fantastic party, and she loved the thing. Am I actually going to get some money that I can take back to the Manticore? Let's do the epilogue of that.
Well, we're not quite in the epilogue stage.
Yep. Okay.
That's why I'm getting you to get advanced.
Yep.
Well, I was going to say we're not there yet. We've still got. Some...
Well, Helstra is entirely too busy for that.
Okay.
She did say that she's quite unambiguously that she's going to be a friend to you if she's on the council.
All right. So I want to take Unreadable.
Remind us what that does.
It's a cult. You snatch whole concepts out of your target's mind, leaving them unable to comprehend basic truths as unspeakable. But the target cannot perceive the concept of your choosing in any way. Depending on what you pick, this can be of no concern to the target if they lose the ability to perceive or really understand the concept of intruders, or terrifying if they can no longer interact with the idea of light. This spell alone won't kill a target, as the body works on more fundamental levels than the one that you're tapping into, but it can make it a lot easier. This lasts until the end of your current situation. What do you think?
It is amazing.
That's amazing. That's a lot more specific than the other one you were thinking of.
It is a lot more specific. But I thought that this could help us get the Manticore back, and that's kind of what I wanted now.
Honestly, Kat, getting the Manticore back will not require a high advance.
I know.
Like, if both of us work at it, so if you want to do an anastomosis, because that's the one that attracted you the first time.
To the real world, yeah, letting alternative truths blossom into the Spire, and I think this one will actually work really well with your concept at the moment. So, because of what you're doing, if I can completely back you up with this,
oh yeah,
by effectively, like, anytime you want to do something, I can just do this, and it becomes reality effectively.
Yeah, because what I'm going to be taking for my high advance is the Pantheon mask, because that's so perfect. Your masks are so artful as to trick the gods themselves. You gain an uncanny ability to create masks that emulate the power of specific gods.
Oh,
to do so,
wow.
mark D6 stress to mind or silver. Ow! So we'll need the Manticore, and acquire something of the faith to bind into it. When you create the mask, you may bind any medium-level divine advance into it, and access it whenever you wear it.
That's pretty amazing.
Ha 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 ha.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's just like, I need this thing.
Well,
yeah.
specifically,
I feel like having,
I'm going to be grabbing the midwives.
Yeah, mandibles.
No, I won't, because they're all occult. Damn it. Oop.
Oh, that's all right.
Look, there are so many divine mid-level advances that I'm sure I can find one that I want.
Certainly. Okay.
So, Kat, which one are you taking?
Yeah.
I think I will take anastomosis. Anastomosis.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it gives you mastery of deceit, which is insane.
Yeah, considering I don't have deceit, that's good.
Yep, it's like, now...
I don't have deceive, so I need deceive, so it works.
Well, no, it's not just that you get deceive. It's that you get automatic mastery in deceive.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. Okay, beautiful. Well, I will take that, even though I can't copy and paste it for some weird reason. And put it in my thing. Unless you want to add it for me, Magician.
I don't have the PDF open.
Okay, that's all right.
Actual physical book.
That's okay. That's cool. I can't copy it.
Trying to figure out
I'll just leave it up.
Mastery of deceit actually means you get deceived.
I don't think it actually means that you get deceived.
I think it's just you get deceived. And if you already had deceived, like the
I think it's the other way around. It gives you a knack, mastery of deceive. So you roll with mastery, even though you don't have deceive. Which means you should probably grab deceive at some point soon.
Mm.
Oh, so I don't get the skill deceive?
But you roll with mastery on those.
Ask in the
the
official Discord, because that's an interesting question.
All right, cool. Well, so I'll put in my Nax deceive then.
Mastery of deceive. Yep. Because you're bloody rewriting reality. It is not a lie.
It is absolutely true. You're absolutely right.
Mr. Anderson.
So this is heading towards the epilogue, I think.
Yeah.
But not quite there yet.
Okay. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Because a couple days later,
yep.
As dust begins to settle down, in the Manticore there is a visitor.
Am I still allowed in the Manticore?
Sure.
Like, I thought I got kicked out.
You're 30% owner. They haven't.
You actually did what you were asked to do.
Oh, so I'm still allowed to be there?
You leave it. Yeah.
Yes!
See, I give good advice.
Yes, had you not done what you were ordered to do, things would have been different at this point. But this might not be an very long, because so you are behind the bar as usual?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay.
I assume our plans to get into the house are well away at this point if it's been a couple of days later, but whatever. Let's go.
Yeah, like we probably have like a 12-hour vacation.
I was going to say, there is no way we're resting on our laurels.
Yeah,
We've just, you know...
We have a 12-hour vacation where we allow ourselves to have a nice bath.
We get a good sleep.
Relax, have a good sleep.
Well done.
Yeah, you're starting to spin up your actual machinations now.
Yeah.
Your hooks properly in. It's all fine. Frozen Sparrow shatters. Stands in front of the bar. And he takes the drink that you've mixed him.
As always.
And splashes it in your face.
Oh, dude, really? What a waste of good alcohol. Seriously? Here.
To be fair, the last time you mixed him a drink,
it wasn't good alcohol.
It wasn't good at all.
Yes, he didn't like it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I challenge you, Fiona Glenane, to a duel.
Oh, really? I don't do duels. Have you not noticed? I'm the person who puts these things together. I don't duel.
You will do this duel, or your honor is forfeit.
Oh my god.
You will
I have honor. Oh my god. And Althea's just told me I have honor. Oh my god.
You're coming up in the world.
I am laughing very hard right now behind the bar.
Oh my god, Kat, this is so perfect. Considering the ability you just took.
Yes.
Or all will know the manticore cannot take what it dishes out. This duel will happen in the house. It is high time someone took down a peg.
What? So, let me get this straight, mate. You know, first you come in and tell me that I've got, you know, honor. Then you tell me that we're going to duel somehow. And then you dictate where we're going to have the duel, saying that this is about the manticore. None of this sounds right. How about we start this conversation again?
Okay, so you're trying to talk your way out of it, is what I'm hearing.
No, I'm telling him that nothing that he's saying makes any kind of sense.
So that is talking your way out of it.
Yeah, talking your way out of it. Would you like to make a compel plus high society roll?
Sure, including because at Jules, because I still haven't had a
you're not cheating. You're not having yet.
Oh, fine. You're very mean, but I still get a 10.
That's weird. The dice on the screen do not correspond with the dice in chat.
Yeah, what the hell?
They cheated on the edge and then tipped to the 10. Fascinating. I guess we'll go with the dice on the screen because we've all seen that 10
I was going to say,
there.
I'll be very, very sad. If you...
No, it's fine. I'm going to be nice like that. Okay. So you're essentially saying, no, we're not going, dude.
No, I'm saying that, you know, I'm not even necessarily contesting the fact that we don't have to do. But, you know, if we are going to do this thing, we're going to do it properly, and it's certainly not going to be at the bloody house. And I still need to set it up somehow. So I don't know how that's going to work.
That is unacceptable. You cannot preside over your own duel.
Well, I guess it's off then. Sorry, mate.
I would urge you to reconsider. I'm giving you this one opportunity to settle our issues your way. Otherwise, we'll have to settle them my way.
Well, tell me, who in the Spire has a reputation, flawless bipartisanship on duels that is not me? I suggest that you find someone in my place to duel against.
Why don't you suggest Hestra to mediate your duel?
Well, Hestra doesn't know anything about fucking duels, and she'll probably fucking send it into a party. I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. You know who I do trust? Fucking Captain Noelle Lacostra. Yes, she can do it. This is going to be full circle for her, and she can finally embrace her dual life.
She looks up from one of the gambling tables. I want to do what?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, she's not in fact gambling.
No.
Let's.
Yeah.
So, Frozen Spire Shadows looks around and realizes he hasn't really riled up the crowd as nearly as much as he hoped he would have.
Yeah, because it's shit.
Yeah, that's not his strong suit, really. A challenge has been made. Do you accept?
Not really. I don't really see why. We actually don't have that much, in common. I feel like you're getting all kind of haughty over nothing. I'm just a drow, dude. You need to chill.
Is this what you say, or is this just going through your brain?
No, I totally say this.
You are correct. You are just a drow. And I will, in fact, chill.
Yes.
I will be seeing you later. One more.
So, Kat.
All right. I need to, do something about this now.
Yes.
Yes. What would you like to do about this?
We need to redouble our efforts against that fucked-up. I might hide for a little bit in the Vermisian. It sounds like a really cool place to be.
So later that evening, Elisana will talk to you after the casino closes. So I've been made an interesting offer.
Oh, God. Let me guess.
Well, I will be rid of a meddlesome you. I will not need to pay 30% to a owner, and the house will forgo its protection fee. Or if I were to arrange for you to be in a specific place at a specific time. This is a professional courtesy, one sage to another.
What has this guy got on you? Seriously.
It's the house.
Honestly, I truly did believe that Sage Broship went deeper than this. I truly did.
I told you about danger. I'm not sending you out to be killed. What more do you expect?
All right. I truly believe that this guy is just a bully in the quarter, and if we brought our forces together, we would actually be able to take him down. I genuinely believe. Yes. I genuinely believe this. We are two sages that are quite powerful. We have the capacity to fix this problem. We should work together. You shouldn't be pitted against me as if you're some kind of, low-level slave to this man.
The thing is, I don't see it as a problem.
But he is a problem. He's going to get rid of me. What do you think he's going to do next? If you let
Plenty
him
of people happily work for him, so can I.
Kat?
Until what? You decide to have a mind of your own? You decide to do something that you want to do, and what? He gets full authority over you now?
Someone will always be in charge.
Really? Somebody will always be in charge, and that person is no longer you. Are you happy as a sage? Are you happy with this?
Okay, you're trying to just convince her to join your war against the house.
Absolutely. This threatens the Manticore and everything I've built, and I want her to join it.
Compel plus a cult roll. Difficulty 2, because this goes against everything, really, for her. I count one die. That is not one die.
No, that just rolled twice on my screen.
I rolled 3 dice. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Just roll 1d10. That is a critical failure. That is, in fact, a bad thing to be critically failing at. Because someone
Did I ask what I just rolled?
You rolled a 1, Kat.
which doubles the amount of stress you get.
Oh, God.
I don't, at this point, even need to roll out.
Wait, so I didn't roll a 9?
No, that was a 3 dice.
Oh, no, there were 2 dice. There's a 9 and a 1. What is happening?
Because you didn't clear the prior one. The prior roll succeeded at a 9 when you rolled 3 dice.
Ah, right. And then 1 die was rolled, and it was a 1. Yes, that's what.
You need to click to clear dice from the screen before rolling again. Or they just pile up.
Yeah.
So the 3d10 roll was a 9. 1d10 roll was a 1.
Yes.
1 is not a good roll.
Oh, so I was only meant to... Why am I only rolling 1 die?
Difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. You are trying to convince
her
to do something
you. Right,
very dangerous that she doesn't really want to do.
I'm with you.
Okay. So, give me just 1 second.
Sorry, cat.
It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I could just step into the fucking...
Oh no, I know an even more perfect lie that you can spread. That...
Alright, we're about to need to, so if I survive whatever the hell...
Yeah, sorry, I've got a whole series of lies. You know, when you can rewrite reality is something that you can suddenly operate upon. Isn't it nice?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm even going to get a chance, so let's just...
Yeah,
I could have literally have just gotten my top thing and not even be able to roll it, so...
Okay. Well, so what's going to happen is Elisana is going to say, I had my suspicions, but I guess you've just You're a minister, aren't you?
No.
Good, you're learning.
Deny it all you wish. Of course you would deny it. It's the only
Can I roll
explanation.
for deceive now?
I know, it's a fallout. You've been made.
Oh, okay. Do you known a single minister ever to be as public as this? Like, that seems like a pretty stupid thing to do for a minister. Why am I best friends with Hester over?
So
we have a guard pole in the Manticore.
We do. But I think that now that I understand you, finally, we can come to an understanding between ourselves too.
Oh, no.
I know what you want, and I know what you don't want. And so now I can make sure that you do what I say.
That you what, sorry?
I can make sure you do what I say.
Oh, God.
Because you don't want me to make it known that you're a minister. So, no more unauthorized things, no more duels. You will finally be a good business partner. And hell, if I need something extra from you, do that too. And in exchange, you keep running the Manticore.
I don't run the Manticore. I can't. I'm pretty terrible at running the Manticore. I can run the bar and the music.
You keep dating your cart, and I don't even mind if you do your operations, whatever, as long as they don't lead back to you.
I don't have any operations, trust me. I've been trying to have operations. I don't do any operations. We have a guard pole.
That's nice. But finally will have an associate. Associate I control. Because I certainly have plans.
So you're okay with not trusting the house? Because that seems like a dual goal at this point. If you want associates that you can trust, that's clearly not the house. Can we get back to focusing on taking down the house?
I don't trust the house, but I know what to expect from the house.
Do you though? Because he's pretty shady.
I know what I can expect from you too.
Yeah, I want to take down the house. Like, they've interrupted the Manticore. Like, this is pretty obvious. I've been saying this for a long time now. Not actually that 3D here.
So first, I will require names of your associates.
Again, you are assuming so much right now.
I am. If I'm really to trust you, if I'm not to give you up to the Paladins as a law-abiding citizen that I am, I'm going to need a reason.
This seems like a great time for your high advance.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, how do I use it? Don't I have to be in the thing?
Literally, this is you opening the doors.
Well, no, this is going into it.
I have to go into
anastomosis. You can briefly let the energies of the vault into the real world to spread false information.
I seriously assumed that I had to be there.
Yeah,
roll deceive plus an occult. On a success, you create the world's most believable lie. This is an ad hoc thing. But you can not only is lie backed up, but you can deliver it with such weight that even the person it's about could believe it's true. The more audacious,
you know what? Sure, with a difficulty one, you can just think it.
Yeah,
but normally you would go into the depth of it and fiddle with the actual valves and release the lie. But yeah, difficulty one, you can.
Or cat, you can dob Lucky in.
I'm not dubbing Lucky in. That's not happening. All right, I'm going to roll this and make a convince her that I'm not in the mystery.
So what is the lie you're trying to... Or rather, let's have you roll first. You think really hard?
What am I rolling exactly?
So Kat, why not say, well, it's deceive plus occult. So this is why you may not want to do it.
Because I've got 3 dice, but I'm going to lose 1.
Yep. Also, you have 2 dice because I know you have 3 dice.
Yeah, 3 dice, but lose 1. And so, you could do stuff like, but I know that you're also a member of the ministry and we have to work together. Like, this is super flagrant lie that you can get away with because the world alters to your whims. You are a small g god. So,
like, surely that counts for something.
Yeah, that's why it's difficulty 1.
So we can convince her that she's part of the ministry.
Like, but
what's
I know
better, that I convince her that she's part of the ministry, or that I convince her that I'm not an operative?
Well, because the thing is you've already suffered the fallout of being unmasked, so I'm not sure that there's a useful route to convincing her. Like,
well,
maybe
you convince her that no, she's.
Yeah, I mean, you
document.
Or you could say that you used to be one, or that you knew one, and like one's been working through you. Or you could say, Frozen Sparrow and I have already had our duel and I've won. Yes,
that's not going to fly.
Why not?
I don't, well, because...
You create evidence.
Well, to the point where he believes that as well.
Yeah.
My problem right now isn't that she wants me to duel Sparrow. My problem right now is that she's outed me and she wants to basically use me to any ends that she wants.
Yeah.
She wants to know my contacts and she's going to fuck me over.
She wants to do with you what you're doing to Hestra and Lady.
Yes.
But I haven't done anything to Hestra. And that's the thing.
Yes.
Like, Hestra
Elisana hasn't done anything to you either.
So
I've elevated Hestra to exactly where she wants to be.
What lie would be most useful?
Oh.
Well, more importantly, you're having this conversation. I don't really have time to think it through.
Sorry. Yeah, this is you're on the spot.
All right.
Sorry.
No, okay. The sage. It would be really useful to have a sage on side. So let's just make her believe that she's actually supportive of my endeavors.
Well, I mean, you can't.
I don't necessarily
change her mind about this, right? You can perhaps fabricate the evidence been complicit, and if she's going to out you, she's going to be outing herself too. That's perfectly fine.
That you've helped us. But don't you know that you've helped us in the past and that you will go down with us?
Unwritten pawn or not, she is effectively a member of the ministry. That's a lot. Right.
Yeah, okay. 2d10?
Yep. Because you're doing it.
I can't look. What happened? Yes!
You are appropriately lucky.
Suck it, Spire! Suck it! We have Sage Pod. We have Sage Pod. Yes, yes.
So you just reach into your pocket and pull out
evidence. A folder called evidence.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And President Lizana is confused and just going through them. And this is entirely fabricated. There wasn't that folder there before.
Oh my god.
She pales, and her eyes grow wide. No, but I never would have. I'm not.
And then she's like, "Oh fuck!"
And then she gets to the receipt of memory erasure that so plausibly explains why she doesn't remember it.
Oh my god.
See. A mutually assured destruction. It would appear we have
a common enemy called the house. Let's go.
Very well.
And scene.
Yep. And let's have one more scene with Lucky.
No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm totally good.
That should not have worked.
No, really, literally, this high advances. I can pull bullshit out of my ass with receipts.
I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy.
I give good advice.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Magician. You've completely ruined your game by rolling.
No, I don't have preferences as to how it should end. I throw problems at you and see which way you jump.
We totally solve those problems, and it's amazing.
Sometimes.
Oh god, we have to clip that.
So Lucky is in the park sweeping.
Just a second, Kat. Make sure you clip from the rolling a 1.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely. I just hope it hasn't.
Yeah, Lucky is in the park sweeping. Disguise number 14.
So this is late at night. There's no one there.
This is basically how he sleeps.
A passerby stops in front of him, looks at him for a bit, then starts up her cigarette by igniting the tips of her fist, like metal prosthetic fist that she has.
Yep.
You are a man of many faces, says Captain Colstrom.
Sweep. Sweep. Sweep.
I do not have any proof, anything. there is this spider web that is tingling from your movements, but nothing concrete. Should I take it that the lady can smell what you're doing?
Sweet.
I've had
Sweet.
quite a few complaints. Well, I sure hope it was successful. Here's the thing. I want in. If you are who I think I am, then I would like to join your cause.
Sweet. Sweet.
I knew it. I knew it.
Sweet.
I fucking knew it.
Sweet. 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 Because even just sweeping is super out of character for a sweeper. Like a sweeper would be responding. And just for the briefest moment, so brief that no one watching could take it as a sign or anything. Lucky's eyes meet the captain's. And they smile slightly. And then
Time to connect with my bond. Fucking yes. You need to tell me to go and hit up Captain Lacrosse.
No! No!
Come on,
actually, you
let
know,
me in! Tag me in! Tag me in!
After a few minutes of sweeping, if she's still there, and she probably is, because she's... Lucky's like, sorry, I think you dropped this book.
Oh my god.
Sweet. Sweet.
She... Oh, it's just like it's in the evidence.
Sweet. Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah. She picks up, she goes to throw the cigarette butt, and then thinks better of it, and actually goes to a rubbish bin.
Good. The next evening, because she will receive a message. Sorry, I need to go to the appropriate page.
Also, we need to have our 3 a.m. talk. I think we've got a lot to talk about.
I think you're assuming something. Because you know what? No. I will dutifully encode her communication and the fact that she has a message book into my reports to the Magister. Because she should not be part of our cell. And it's a very long and arduous process to become inducted into the ministry. And yes, neither of us are Magisters.
But you direct her towards... Yeah, you inform the Magister.
Yeah, I'm informing the Magister of her interest. And saying that she has had opportunities to give us up.
See, I didn't think that we should be trying to get her into the ministry. I think we should use an abuse contact gets killed. But that was just me.
I think she'd actually be really useful as a minister, which is why I'm isolating her from our cell.
All right.
And hey, I don't want her to die.
Well, so I think, yeah, that works out. I think she will... you don't know the details, but ministry in
which is the correct way to handle it.
Yeah. So as an afterthought, really anything, and at maybe a couple of weeks from then, what's your name? Yes, CF tries to fireball the intelligence behind the Manticore and just ignites half of it. There's a fire.
Who tries to firebomb it?
Tiff is, let's see here, the friend of Brian's first character, Monsieur Riquet.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Really?
Whose friend was taken by the intelligence, and even though she was really permanent brain damage, because not good.
Yeah.
So he had Monsieur Riquet been around, this would have been a more prominent plotline, but that did not happen.
That's dead bodies under the bridge.
Yeah. So he tries to firebomb intelligence. It doesn't really go as planned. There's a fire in the manticore. It's put out. Chief is dead in the altercation. Yes, Frozen Sparrow shatters. Tries to spread more rumors about Fiona. Well, not rumors, but like actual, I challenged her. She's refused. She's etc. etc. But that doesn't.
My dubstep's so good, and everyone likes my alcohol, and they're like, "Well, if anybody's going to duel, it can't be her because the Manticore's amazing."
And so that's largely where we will draw the line. You have a mortal enemy. You have a very uneasy ally. Your owner of the Manticore, who is
all I can hope for.
Yes. You have an ally in the guard. Like he's sweeping the streets. As for Hestra, she will transform gradually, over maybe a year, the Silver Quarter into Red Row like excess thing. Everything becomes more extreme. Duels have spread. And yeah, there's just
in my brought in occasionally as a celebrity creator, because everyone knows that duels aren't duels unless I'm there.
You're the duel planner. That is your title.
I'm the Hestra. I'm the Hestra circuit. There you go.
You take as a patronymic "she who plans duels."
So overall, Silver Quarter becomes a significantly more dangerous place because it went from occasional battles between members of various drow houses to just people dueling on tight ropes over the streets, and entertainment has just become
a blood sport.
Extreme, a blood sport, yes. Which is just how Hestra likes it.
I'm cool with this.
So I think this is the end of Kings of Silver. If we do a follow-up game, I think this character will probably be NPCs, but I don't know. And we'll find out.
I think now, Lucky becomes a Well, let's narrate our own epilogues then.
Sure.
1 year later?
How do you see where you are at that?
Yeah, do you want to do yours first or second?
Second.
1 year later. The scene opens on the same 3 a.m. park. And Lucky is sweeping. Except this time, a group of furtive figures rush up to talk to him. Magister, we have a problem. And as the completely anonymous mask turns, everyone sees that his eyes are smiling slightly.
Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, my heart. Oh, that is wonderful. Like he survived a year in the Spire.
Cool. And Kat, what is Fiona up to? 1 year later.
1 year later. Scene opens. I'm chilling out with Hestra, clearly on some kind of balcony somewhere. She wanted a 7-person co-duel going on. So there's 14 people up in various poses across various, very sharp implements, trying very hard to be the last person to fall. But they are actually tied to their other partner, hence the co-duel. And whoever the last two are that are standing win, but frankly, only if they can actually get down from where they are and untie themselves somehow. Hestra is extremely happy. She passes me another glass of something delicate that she has decided that I like, and I give her another one of the drinks that I have now perfected for her because it's 1 year later. She has decided that I can actually mix her drinks. That was a marking achievement is to get one that Hestra actually and that's how I spend my casual Sunday afternoons, at least once every 3.
May I suggest an addendum?
Sure.
And as the scene is fading out, the audience sees Fiona lean over and whisper a quiet suggestion to Hestra. And Hestra nods. And then Fiona smiles.
Yes! Our level sages to the wind.
Excellent. Well, that was Kings of Silver. It went places.
Holy shit. Yeah, basically, I had to dial in my level of paranoia to be survivable.
Which was hilarious, and I actually didn't die.
Not once.
Which I'm super impressed about, can I just say. For a game that was predicated on the fact of you will die, I feel like I subverted expectations, and I'm quite
held up the overall mortality.
I think on average you died.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 players, 2 deaths. It works out. Math checks out.
Yeah.
Thank you again for playing. This was a lot of fun.
So let's start with the. Can we restate the initial assumptions, just so that we have a good epilogue? That you will live briefly.
Nothing. 1 second.
I've got it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Things to know. Subvert. Don't destroy.
Well, we definitely subverted. I'm just saying that bringing the jewels back to the quarter was definitely a subversion.
Still, when it comes to it, don't be afraid to resort to bloodshed, especially when your cover is on the line.
There was a lot of bloodshed, so that was okay.
Is not a kind world. There are soft and gentle parts of it, but you don't have one. You have been handed such a bad lot in life, in fact, that you have joined a radicalized cell who worship a forbidden goddess and murder people in order to get revenge.
Except we didn't. We tried that, and we kept getting killed. So we went a different route.
You are brave.
No, we ran like bitches.
You are going to hurt people.
Yeah, well, that definitely happened. Mostly you, but we certainly.
Who are you going to hurt to get what you want? Who won't you hurt? What will you do to preserve the secrecy of the ministry and your mission?
Rewrite the truth of the universe. I think that's pretty much where we landed on that one.
This is going to kill you. One way or another, you are going to die doing this. Maybe you've made your peace with it, and maybe you're lying to yourself and saying that you're smarter than everyone else. But if you stay active in the ministry, you're going to wind up dead, or mad, or destitute, or all 3. The best hope you've got is offloading the danger onto someone else, earning the promotion to Magister, or retiring. But no one really retires. So you burn bright, best you can, and try to make a difference.
Well, I didn't die. I didn't end up destitute.
There's always...
Horribly
I'm living with the counselor now.
There's always another level. You can't win this. Listen, you can take a street back, sure, maybe even a district. But if you make too much noise, take too much territory, someone much bigger and more dangerous than you will notice, and they'll turn up to destroy you.
We took a councillor. I just want to put that in perspective. We took a councillor.
Well, Hester took a councillor. You helped her machinations. And now you're trying to take on the house, which is, bigger and more powerful thing.
Yes.
Your own family would sell you out. You know what ministers do? Ministers get people killed. Yeah.
Well, I certainly did. I got a lot of people killed.
And finally, the ministry would sell you out. The ministry are not your friends. They can't afford to allow you to mess up or to let information slip. You get something wrong and it causes problems. The ministry will quite gladly give you false information and send you into a trap to confuse their enemy.
We never did that. I thought that was quite good. We never did that.
You in fact got a kill order on Sir Beryl.
What?
Yeah.
That's literally when you got back to the Manticore, you got a kill order on Sir Beryl to sell him out. But he was already dead. Beryl died twice. He died most emphatically.
I'm more saying I didn't experience that.
Yes.
So thank you, Mikhail, for running this for us.
I'm
sure
much.
that having two philosophers of very different stripes must have, split it into two games.
Well, quite similar stripes, really. As much as I pay you out for being not of my stripe.
For most of it, I just get to shut up and let you do the talking.
It has been it's been so much fun. I would love to play another Spire game and completely respect the fact that you need a break from it. So I'd love to take it for the future.
Well, there are other games that have this sort of narrative control.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.